There we go. There you go. It's there. My microphone decided to disconnect itself from OBS. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Tusk Talk with Ty post-game show. And oh boy, we gotta bring the trophy down, don't we? Or the post-game gold chain. We gotta bring it down. Someone's getting this bad boy here in just a minute. Someone's getting this boy. This bad boy. Someone's getting it. All right. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. What a evening for Arkansas. A little banged up. That's all right. Hey, man. No bigs, no problems, right? Am I right? Okay. Again, like, share, subscribe. Check out the poll provided for you as you come in. Here's the question. Has Arkansas turned it around with three-point shooting? 52% of you say, I need to see more. 37% of you, it's early, but 37% of you say yes. 11% of you say no. Arkansas shot really good outside. And overall, from the floor, they shot really good. Again, make sure you guys check out all the links provided for you down below. I'm going to say, first off, I know I put out a Patreon video earlier. I'm told that I need to focus more on YouTube content, not so much on just all the Patreon stuff. But you know what? By God, Patreon supporters, 122 supporters. Incredible, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. 122 Patreon supporters. I appreciate all you guys. Each and every one of you. We're crushing it. But Ty, you complain about the YouTube algorithm. I know I do, but Patreon people are there. All right. Also, this weekend was great. Was awesome. Got to meet so many of you after the Texas game. Of course, I didn't go to the Texas game. For anyone who isn't aware, or maybe you missed out, you had the opportunity to go, but you decided not to go. We all met up at Flying Burrito in Fayetteville on 71 Business. We gave them our business. A lot of nachos. I called ahead of time at Flying Burrito, and I said, you guys might want to fry up some chips. Get that cheese. Get it flowing, baby. It was fun, man. It was so cool to hang out with you guys this weekend. I mean, we hung out at another guy's July, who's in our Discord for the first time ever. Got to see him and meet him, and hung out at his house and watched the Tyson-Paul fight Friday night. Then Saturday we had Flying Burrito. Saturday night we went to Twin Peaks. Man, it was fun. Shout out to Mac, Young Brady, Cam, Austin, all your families, Megan, who came down from Canada, Will Watkins. God, the list goes on. Love the community that we have created here. That's been my goal from day one, man. Create an awesome community, and you guys have been awesome. So, hey, Patreon is a thing too. All right, let's hope OBS stays up tonight. This show is brought to you by not only Patreon supporters like you, but direct service overhead, the Garage Door Company. Same-day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes, better than best results, hundreds of 5-star reviews, free estimates. That's direct service overhead, the Garage Door Company. Again, check out their link provided for you down below. You can also give them a call at 501-244-3667. Don't let that 501 number scare you off. They do operate in much of Northwest Arkansas and a little bit in Northeast Arkansas, maybe Oklahoma. I don't know. Travis, are you in chat? Do you work in Northeast Oklahoma? We got a few folks over there that watch. All right. I know it's a Monday night, you guys. It's 9:00 at night. My dad, I'll be honest with you, Arky 56. He's probably not even in here, but he was unaware they even played tonight, and he wasn't the only one. I was in another group chat, and 2 of the 5 people had no idea there was a game tonight. So I appreciate you guys taking a little bit of time out of your evening to talk a little Razorback basketball. Also, if you're a Kentucky fan and you're in here to start shit, just get out. Just get out. Not interested. I will if you start talking that shit, and if a mod doesn't get you, I'm just going to kick you out. All right. Thero, not even close, says Woo Pig Pod for the gold chain. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Thero's the best player on this team currently. I agree. Thero was mighty good tonight. Was very, very happy to see him really. I mean, lately he's coming along a lot better. Interesting things to consider with this game. Of course, no Jonas Adu, no Brazil. Pacific in their entire history, apparently, just 7 wins versus ranked opponents. They hung around a little bit tonight. They were a little bit like, you got a little concerned. Zvonimir, I don't know why there's not more love being given to this guy. We're going to have to look up his minutes here in a second, but that guy had to be exhausted. He had a couple of times on the defensive end of the floor where he single-handedly stopped Pacific in or around the paint, down around the rim, doing his job. Finally, we saw him kind of, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? A little bit of this tonight. I was loving it. He didn't play that way the whole night, no. But listen, he had his moments defensively. Was happy to see that. These guys have scored some points. Pacific has. Their first 3 games, I think they averaged something like north of 80 points a game. Don't ask me the opponents, but it is Pacific after all. The Pacific Tigers. Yeah. So there are several things here that we could pick apart. I didn't like how easy it was for these guys. Again, you're missing a couple of other bigs. Zvonimir is basically on his own. It would have been nice just to have Brazil, but Zvonimir definitely picked up some minutes tonight. I want to try and pull that up if I can. Pull up the actual stat broadcast. We'll take a look at that here in a second. I don't know what his most minutes are in a game, but he had 27 minutes tonight. I feel like that's probably the most minutes he's had this year. So he averages about 20 minutes a game. Zvonimir averages right at about 20 minutes a game according to ESPN coming into this game. So, yeah, all right. Well, make sure you guys, again, please like, share, subscribe, all that wonderful fun stuff. Sharing is caring. What's up, Ty? What's going on? Thero putting the nation on notice. I was very impressed with him tonight. It's funny, I've had like 3 people DM me about Thero, and I'm like, bro, I get it. Tyler Lee with a 99-cent donation. Appreciate that. Thank you. Arkansas defense sucks. Still can't shoot the ball. Well, right there's probably a Kentucky troll. I'm going to give you another shot, Earthman. Again, they're down a couple of guys. They're down a couple of pieces on that floor, and that matters. I don't like that they gave up 72 points in the way in which they gave them up, especially in the first half. I thought the perimeter defense was putrid. I thought I saw way too many uncontested looks for these guys outside. I'm a little worried if, again, we're talking about this 9-man, like they're down to like 7 guys. I mean, that was exactly their rotation tonight, was 7 players. To be fair, so was Pacific. You get a little bit concerned when you start playing teams and you're down a couple of guys and you're down to just 7, and these guys are racking up these kind of minutes. It's, outside of Boogie Flan and Thero, outside of those 2, everyone else, you start to get a little like, I don't know, man. Can he really go a few more minutes? Can they not start? You know what happens when you get tired? Your defense, you start to get either blown by, very similar to like guys in the secondary in football. When they get beat or when they get tired, or they get a little gassed, they hold. They hold the defender. And I'm going to tell you, number 15 in the Arkansas secondary, I've been telling you guys since spring camp, he does that a lot, doesn't he? He gets picked on a lot. He's the second most targeted player in that secondary, which is a lot considering the amount of snaps he has. But you know what? I think, too, I wonder, does he get gassed a little bit later in games at times? There's been times where 15 should have been called for more PIs, and I'm just shocked. But anyways, we're keeping it to basketball. But you get my point. You kind of like, that's what happens. You get a little tired. You just start tugging on arms. You reach in a little more. You're a little bit more physical. You're just trying to get a minute where you could take a rest. Sometimes you just foul because you wanted to foul. I mean, all types of things happen when you get a little gassed. And when you can't go into your bench, when you can't go for an 8th guy, a 9th guy, a 10th guy, and I still think like their guards, they're deep. They're deep. You're able to roll out some of these guys outside. Are you kidding me? Out at the wing and the point. Bro, they're deep there in terms of just like the level of talent. But overall, you look at a night like tonight, and you're down to a 7-man rotation. Again, you lost a couple of your bigs, your 4 and 5 pieces, right? The guys are going to step in and crowd the lane, defend the rim. But again, as Zvonimir, I thought, hats off. I almost want to give him like a participation award. I almost want to give him a second gold chain. It's not as if the guy didn't earn it tonight. Again, Pacific, I agree. It would have been nice to blow these guys out 25, 30 points. Or 30 points. I know that was the thing. You still won 91-72. Right? I mean, that's still not half bad. Again, considering missing a couple of key pieces. Brazil can alter shots. I know there's going to be people who take shots at Brazil. He's not that good. He's injury prone, blah, 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 and all that's true. But he can defensively help alter shots. That's something he did somewhat well when he was healthy. Over the time here at Arkansas before Cal. That was a strength of his. We thought maybe he could spread the floor. Maybe he's going to be a good someone who can knock down a couple threes outside and help stretch the floor a little bit. But then he became another guy floating around the perimeter. I know Brim, we've talked about that. He's called in multiple times about Brazil just becoming another guy. But again, you could have used someone like that who could help you around the post, help you down around the paint, and not having both of those guys or one of those two guys available tonight was, you wish you had him, right? Garrett Lampkins, pretty sure Garrett called in, didn't he, on our last call-in show? Team is coming along. Got to stay patient. Nelly has to take his lemon booty man. Oh, my God. His lemon booty meds, though. 8 points isn't going to get it done versus better teams. Good W. Oh, my God. Where do you guys come up with these? Yeah. Earthman says they are not making the NCAA tournament. Yeah, all right. Peace, Earthman. You're about to get it anyways, man. Richmond is an infinite energy guy. Yeah, that's also true. That is very true. Richmond kept playing. Did he not? I mean, Richmond, I realized he didn't light up the stat sheet. 9 points, 3 boards, 1 assist. I thought he had another assist in there. But 9 points, 1 assist. The thing that stood out to me was the lack of offensive boards for Arkansas tonight. Just 3 boards. They were +2 in the rebounding battle, right? 30-28 over Pacific. Pacific with a lot of assists, but a lot of turnovers. Once again, Arkansas forcing turnovers. 10 steals tonight. 10 steals. It's not half bad. 17 turnovers for Pacific. Arkansas is just good at creating turnovers. I think that's we're starting to see what they are capable of. Again, down a couple of cats. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that, Kentucky fans. Down a couple of hogs tonight. And they still, defensively, yeah, again, the perimeter, I get it. The perimeter defense tonight was atrocious. It was not good. This is not a team that shoots 12, that hits 12 threes a game. However, they did take 35 attempts outside. I'm pretty sure that's a season high for them. That's a lot of shots, man. Oh, my God, that's a lot of outside shooting. And the fact that they still shot 34% off 35 attempts isn't half bad for I'm talking about Pacific. But there were some individual defensive efforts tonight that were really good. Boogie, of course, I thought Zvonimir had more than just one defensive possession where I thought he looked pretty good defensively. He was outnumbered. What was it, 3 guys to 1 underneath the rim, and he just blocked. No, sir, you're not going to get anything here. Uh-oh. My long-ass arms knocking stuff over. What was that? Oh, it was my anybody watch Spartacus? I love this show. Rest in peace, Andy Whitfield. Truly Spartacus. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Zvonimir, Big Z. Big Z, it feels like he's getting more and more comfortable, does it not? It feels like he's starting to come into his own. I don't know if he's going to be 15 points, 3 blocks. I didn't like his turnovers tonight. And a couple of them I don't think were really on him. They're just bad passes. In fact, I was kind of surprised a couple of those turnovers were on him. according to the stat sheet. I felt like he probably really had about 4 or 5 turnovers, but that's still too many. He does struggle with the handles directly under the rim. There's a little bit of a delay with him. There's a little bit of a wind-up to get to the rim. But, again, I thought defensively this is probably his best night. And he still had 3 blocks, 3 assists, 5 boards, which is not bad. Yes, we want him to get more rebounds, especially missing those 2 guys tonight. But 15 points, 2 of 5 outside, not what I would have that's, again, not bad for someone who's 7 foot plus, right? Let's go back over here. We have more. Again, make sure for anyone who's coming in, take the poll. Has Arkansas turned it around with 3-point shooting? I know it's just one game, but sometimes that's all it takes, guys. Sometimes that's all it takes, that one game, and all of a sudden they start to get into the flow and into the rhythm. Some of that probably had to do with the rotation, the guys that are going to take more shots outside, with how that, maybe with what Cal was wanting. 2 of them are not guys you expect to knock down a lot of threes. So I need to see more is expectedly in the lead. That's why I put it there. But 33% of you say yes. Yes, this is it. They've turned it around. Let me make sure I got all the – okay. Yeah, got those red. We have good talent. Yep. Doesn't matter if it's Pacific, Atlantic, or Arctic. Or Arctic. Winning by 20 without your bigs is big boy hoops. Shows you how good these guards are. Shows you how good they are. They are capable of. And I agree, no matter who you're playing, when you're down to just your one guy who put up, I'm pretty sure that was a season high, including the exhibition games. I'm pretty sure that's the most minutes he's had on the floor in a Razorback jersey. Red Nasty says our big guys got to get healthy, but if not, it's going to be a long year as an Arkansas fan. Uh-oh. What's Camo doing in chat? Oh, boy. Brim says Cal need to let the 10th and 11th guy get some burn because I expect Brazil and Adu to be putting at least one more game, maybe 2. Yeah, I don't know. I would think they're both going to miss out. Maybe on for sure the next game, and maybe another game. I'm not sure. I don't know why anybody would say Arkansas sucks and can't shoot. They scored 91 points tonight. That's Kentucky fan logic if I've ever heard it. 91 points but can't shoot. Can't shoot. Okay, well, let's go over these numbers. 59% from the floor for Arkansas. Can't shoot. Got it. 43% outside shooting tonight. Now, granted, that's not their high for sure this year. They've been horrible at it. 25. This is a season high. 25 attempts at the free throw line. They were 20 of 25 there. 80%. That is a lot of points at the charity stripe, ladies and gentlemen. Into that probably Kentucky fan making that goofy comment. Ty, we are a good team. I'm so happy, man. Just want to keep winning. Yeah, let's listen. Hold on. Right? Hold on. This thing's about to get you got Little Rock coming to I'm just gonna say Little Rock from now on. I got people coming at me from all different kinds of ways about how to I don't give a shit. Just stop. I don't care. You know who the hell I'm talking about. Little Rock. Calm down with the no one says it like this. I got someone else DMing me like, no, Ty, we really don't care. I'm going to side with them, but I'm still just going to say Little Rock, okay? Little Rock, 8 p.m. I hate that game time. 8 p.m., Bud Walton Arena, Little Rock, this Friday, November 22nd. This team deserves a full arena. I don't know what's going on. I understand. I understand fans see it as a couple of losses despite one of those games being an exhibition. And I get that it's early in the year, but there's got to be more people at these games, man. There needs to be more excitement. Boogie is simply doing what is asked of a point guard. This is WooPig00. Please, guys, check out all the links provided for you down below. Make sure you like and share and all that stuff. Like and share. Peanut Butter Posse says Wisconsin only beat Rio Grande by 3. He also said, Peanut Butter Posse, who, I don't know, sometimes control, sometimes I don't know if he's just going at you guys. Arkansas played better tonight than they have been. If they keep making incremental improvements, Kentucky will only beat them by 9. See, that's you know, that's a little jab, and it's funny. That's fine. But it's the nonsense that sometimes these Kentucky fans, it's just I'm still not worried, says Little Joker. Wait, worried about what? What part? Taiwan Porter says, U of A, Little Rock, my place of employment. I'm just going to call it Little Rock from now on. Like, I don't know why are Arkansans getting so triggered over what I call. Who cares? You know, and by the way, I've heard other media people pronounce them differently. Like, who cares? Well, yeah, it's going to be sold out in Little Rock because they get one game. I mean, you know, listen, I love you folks down in Central Arkansas. I really do. I love you. And I've said that I'm on record as saying this. I think the most diehard fans in this state are outside of Northwest Arkansas. I fully believe that. Not to say that there aren't some diehards here. I caught a really nasty DM several months ago when I said that. I don't care. I believe it. However, Little Rock people need to understand, one game a year down there, of course people down there are going to flock to that game because you guys are diehards. And it's one game a year. But I still will say Northwest Arkansas has got to do a better job at going to these games. I get that it's a Monday night. I just don't understand it. Yeah, hopefully they clean house. That's another argument. Who cares, Ty? You're right, says Taiwan Porter. Thank you. All right, let's get into these deeper analytics. Pacific Tigers tonight. Now listen to this. This is what's wild. Does anybody want to take a guess at where these guys rank at 3-point shots made per game? I know there's a delay, so I'll give you a little bit of time. I'm just going to keep yapping for a second. Arkansas too. Feel free. 3-point shots made per game. Do you want to guess? I realize it's early. Okay, I get that, but they do have, 5 games under their belt, or 4 coming into this one. Anyone want to take a shot at it? Well, no. Not how many, like where they rank. Where they rank. And keep in mind, there are hundreds of college basketball teams. They rank 305th in the country. They average just under, they're right at 5 threes made per game. They made 12 tonight. They were 12 of 35. Sometimes you just get hot, and I think that's part of what happened. However, I do think there are way too many open looks, too many uncontested shots outside. I don't know if they were just slow off the switch. I don't know. I would have something going on, or one of my kids talking to me. I'd look up, and all of a sudden there's a guy wide open knocking down a 3. And my oldest daughter goes, "Ooh, that's not supposed to happen." I go, No, it's not. I mean, they were red hot. I think at one point they were like 4 or 5. They end up, again, 35 is a ton of looks. I feel like half of those were wide open or at least not as contested as they should have been. Again, I know they played with a smaller lineup. They're going to be, for most of the night, they're going to be a little tired. I get that. But, man, it was even early in the game. They shot in the first half. No one should be that gassed. These guys in the first half shot 44%. They were 8 of 18. That's really good. Again, at that point, you need to be north of about 32 or about 35, 40% when you're taking just 8. No, I say just 18. That would be like in a game, right? For a first half, that's a lot of shots outside. But they were also 48% shooting overall, 14-29 in the first half. So go back to the entire game. They end up shooting 40%. They're 24 of 60, 12 of 35, 12 of 13 at the free throw line. So that's 92%. They had 8 offensive boards tonight, just 28 total boards. They were out-rebounded by 2 by Arkansas. They had good assist numbers at 14. They had 10 steals tonight. I thought Arkansas I thought this was their sloppiest game from a passing standpoint, and I think there's been some games where that's been a little bit of a concern. But again, Pacific with 10 steals, no blocks, but they also had they were -3 in that assist-to-turnover ratio. They had 17 turnovers, 20 fouls. Their leading scorer tonight, Elijah Fisher, was on fire. This dude was 4 for 4 at the line, 8 of 10 shooting, 3 of 4 outside, with a couple assists and a couple of steals, just 1 turnover. Elijah Fisher looked like someone who needs to be playing for a Power 3 program. I thought that dude was going to end up at like 30 points. He was just 7 points shy tonight. I wasn't in love with the fact that they had, again, how many? 4 of their starting 5 had double-digit scoring tonight. Not in love with that. That means more than one guy got it going offensively. But again, Elijah Fisher was so impressive. 3 of 4 outside shooting, and again, 4 for 4 at the line. Ralph, number 2, Ralph had a double-double. He had 12 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, but he turned the ball over 5 times. But these are really good numbers for a team like Pacific to come into Bud Walton. I know some Hog fans will be like, well, it's nothing new, right? This is what opponents do. They come into Arkansas and they just play well. I think that's maybe shots were just falling for them. It was like there are several times you'd see the release and you thought, man, I don't know. That did not look like it left the fingertips right. And then it just sunk. No, nothing but net, no rim. That happened a lot for them tonight. If they play like that tonight, I don't care about Arkansas's injuries. If they play like that tonight with a 7-man rotation, you got a guy getting double-doubles here, almost 2 guys in 20 points scoring, Elijah Fisher playing out of his mind, just 1 turnover. They're going to win ball games. They're going to win some ball games. But again, you kind of know how this works. Teams just sometimes, I don't know what it is. Maybe some opponents just kind of feed or they just get hot inside Bud Walton Arena, and I don't know, maybe the crowd again, pretty quiet. They got going there later on, though. I like the way this game started. Arkansas was creating turnovers, getting steals, getting buckets at the rim, doing a really good job finishing around the rim. Again, I thought the defense around inside the paint, 12 to 15 feet out, I thought the defense was decent. It's just too many open looks outside. And again, early on, this wasn't a case where all of a sudden they got hot because your guards were exhausted because of how much small ball you were playing. That was like most of the game. In fact, they kind of cooled off there in the second half. So and we've noticed that lately, and it seems like it's becoming a little bit too common despite how good defensively Arkansas has been. So Pacific gets 72. If you played anybody else tonight, with that kind of shooting, you're going to be in some trouble because you're going to play guys you're going to have longer guards, bigger forwards and centers. You're going to have a more complete part of your roster. If you're just an opponent, if you just talk about the makeup of your typical opponent in the SEC, or you got Illinois and hell, you got Little Rock coming up Friday, you're in for some trouble. Pacific is not good. I mean, hell, they got Canadians shooting the ball. I mean, come on, man. What more is there to say? Like, you knew you should have beaten these guys by a lot. I'm not trying to diss Arkansas's their game, but I think everyone expected them to actually win by more points tonight. I think Pacific was given like a 2% shot at winning this game, according to the ESPN Basketball Power Index or whatever the hell they call it these days. Auburn is safely pulling away by they're up 79-54 on North Alabama. This was a ball game, but Auburn is doing against I would say North Alabama is definitely better than Pacific, and they're taking care of business, but they're also probably a little bit more healthy than Arkansas is. Auburn looking like they're going to go 4-0. Still 8 minutes left to go, but that's not a game. Not worth watching. About to turn it off. I don't want to see that shit. Arkansas, let's look at their numbers. This is shooting-wise, very good numbers, without a doubt. 59%, 31 of 52 from the floor. 9 of 21. I was really hoping these guys would get into the double digits, the outside shooting. I was really hoping they'd get just keep knocking them down, maybe get up to 25 or 30 attempts, maybe end up. Could you imagine shooting 15 to 30, shooting 50% outside? You talk about a good feeling. But 43% is not bad. 9 of 21, you're going to live with no matter who you're playing. When you're on that many attempts at 21, you want to be north of about 36, 37% to really have an impact. And you know what we saw tonight? We saw play at the rim was so much easier because they were able to stretch the floor. They were knocking down threes, and again, they were doing it early as well. Arkansas was doing it early as well. They were 6 of 12 at halftime, 50% shooting. I mean, that's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. 6 of 12 shooting, and everything just kind of opened up for them. Easier access right to the rim. Lanes opened up. Play opened up around the rim, around the post, and they were able to, make some noise, create some damage. Nice dunks. Finishing at the rim, also important for Arkansas. And then they did something else that was very impressive. Off 25 free throw attempts, we already mentioned it earlier. They're 20 of 25, 80% overall. Loved the play by Billy Richmond tonight, man. Again, he is just a ball of energy. You're right. Someone pointed out earlier, he's just a ball of energy, man. He gives it his all and he keeps going. 9 points, 3 boards, 1 assist, just 1 turnover. What is stat? How many minutes did he get tonight? It had to be north of. I swear it was north of 20 minutes. Was it not? Yeah, 23 minutes tonight for Billy Richmond. A lot of high minutes for guys that don't typically get those kind of minutes. So again, very impressive. Again, as Arkansas turned it around with a 3-point shooting, 49% of you who've taken that poll say, I need to see more. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let me get to chat. Ty, apparently Fisher was a former 5-star. Sure looked like it. He was a baller. Thero putting in some work again tonight. Very good. Again, I know people love to DM me about him. Listen, about the whole athlete thing, I don't care. Yeah, he's a great athlete. I don't know. Yeah, he's a great athlete. But so is Boogie Flant, right? So is DJ Wagner. They've got some absolute great athletes. But yes, he's a great athlete. Let's just agree on that. Where do we think Hogs are in the SEC today? Top 5, says Logan Muir. Well, what do you mean? Like a power poll? Considering that Pacific was able to get this thing close down to 3 points, 3 or 5 points on a couple of different occasions. You had a pretty good sizable lead, and they were able to cut into it. In a lot of transition ball tonight, a lot of points in transition tonight, or at least it felt like. Again, I need to pull that up on the stat sheet here. But there's still problems with this team. It's hard to judge a team, though, when they're not at 100% strength. If you're just going to say at 100%, let's say across the board, every team, including Auburn and, hell, even Florida, Bama, Tennessee, the list goes on, I'd say, yeah, they're top 5. Based on the play that we've seen, their deficiencies where they're really still kind of lagging behind, I don't know, man. I haven't been blown away by it. There's been moments. Boogie Flant is so quick off the dribble. I love that dude's ability to just penetrate. He is a 3-level scorer. He's not an elite level scorer outside. Great handles. Great defensive player. I mean, he's way further ahead defensively than he's way ahead. I'll just say that. He is not where I thought he would be. We knew him as a great offensive guy. Someone who we knew was probably going to get a ton of minutes. He is. He's getting a lot of minutes. He's looked good as a point guard. But again, there's still so many. I don't know. I don't know if I'd put them in the top 5 right now based on their play or not. They are in the top 20, and that says something. But there's several teams that are ranked, right? There are several teams that are ranked ahead of Arkansas. They dropped down to 20th. The coaches poll, they're down to 23rd, with Auburn. Bama has dropped down. Of course, Bama You guys see that? Bama dropped down to 8th. Kentucky, Tennessee. So right now, I don't know if I would put – I think I might put Florida right there. I don't know, man. I know they're 4-0. It'd be a toss-up between them and Florida right now. There's just so much more I want to see out of these guys. I love what they do defensively, especially, again, when they're at least 90% healthy. They are a very, very skilled defensive team. They're going to create turnovers. It looks like they've worked on their drawing fouls. I don't know if that was just something he drew up for this game specifically, or if that's something he wants more of for Boogie Flan to drive and draw fouls. But, guys, if they could turn into that, remember Musselman, how much he loved doing that? Bro, we got that's a whole different element to their game if they can do this. If they're going to take 25 shots or 22, 24, 26, 25 shots a night at the free throw line, bro, that adds an entirely different element to their game. You're getting the opponent hopefully in some kind of foul trouble. You're getting a ton of free moments there at the line. You're getting time to make your adjustments and your roster changes. It changes the dynamic of the game and the pace of the game. It can slow you down, and it actually feeds well into a defensive team. Feeds very well into that type of game. If you want to kind of slow it down a little bit and you want to, get in position defensively, if you're a little bit worried about your transition defense, it can slow things down. Of course, you got to make shots too, right? But they're free points. What's better than free points? I love getting to the free throw line, baby. I love it, but you got to go 2 for 2, not 1 for 2. If you get the rare opportunity of 3 shots at the free throw line, you need to go 3 for 3, not 1 for 3, not 2 for 3. You need to go 3 for 3. Get your points, right? But it could change the entire dynamic if they can continue doing this moving forward. This might have just been a one-off because it never looks to me like this team is trying to draw fouls like the way Maybe we're just we're accustomed to Musselman's style of play, right? Like we're just so used to Arkansas. It felt like if they didn't get 25 attempts at the line, they might have kind of an off night. Anyways, getting back to what Arkansas did. 17 assists, 10 steals, just 3. No, that's not right. Hold up. That's not right. Arkansas had at least 5 blocks tonight. Yeah. Zvonimir had 3 blocks, and Carter Knox had 2. So 5 blocks, 15 turnovers. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Again, careless basketball, sloppy ball. Adu Thero tonight was the man. Boogie Flan defensively, again, looks like one of the better two-way players. It's going to be on the floor at all times, most of the time. Thero with 1 a game, man. 4 steals, just 1 turnover. Yeah, Adu Thero. Golly, this thing. Adu Thero. He's getting the gold chain. Too easy. I waited a little long on that, a little too long. There we go. Thero gets that chain tonight, baby. Congrats. That's his first, right? Yeah, that's his first. So I'm not keeping up with the amount who gets what gold chains. So I hope someone's doing it for me because I haven't been. Maybe I have to go back and rewatch. But very impressive. Still some parts of this game that were sloppy. Again, I'm not in love with that 15 turnovers. Don't like that. I do like they were +2 in the assist-to-turnover ratio with 17 assists, 15 turnovers. Just 3 blocks tonight. Arkansas is one of the top 10 blocking teams in the country. Early in the year, but that's still a really, really good sign. Man, that's is it his second? Have I given him a gold chain before? Golly, y'all. Sometimes I just put these shows behind me and I'm on to the next one. I don't know. I'm just like that. I like to see Sanchez get some playing time from his tape. He can hit some threes. I think they're going to have to start relying on some folks for some, they're going to have to dig a little deep. Thero with the bling. That's right, baby. Thero! Got that bling. Is it in the shot? Pretty good. No, you can't really. Isn't that awesome? Shout out to Direct Service Overhead. DSO, the post-game gold chain going to Adu Thero. Great game by him, man. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. Jason Bell over on the ASN Facebook page says, I be at UCA Arkansas game in Little Rock. Ty, you going? No, I will not be down there. Right here, my comfy garage / studio. watching basketball and probably playing video games, waiting for the game, getting everything done here. We should be a good team by the time we get back into SEC play. Again, there's so many things I do think these guys need to get worked out. Sometimes they get a little sloppy. I had not been in total love with their perimeter defensive effort. Their three-point shooting up until tonight has been gross. One of the worst in the SEC, if not the worst. Wasn't totally in love with the minimal attempts at the free throw line. I think that climbs. I love tonight getting 25 free throw attempts. Wasn't totally in love with the rebounding, and even when they've been healthy, the rebounding feels like it should be better. And again, that goes to the folks who want to see Zvonimir get more involved in that aspect. And again, I agree with you guys, but I'm also going to live with 6 of 7 outside shooting. Or even tonight, 2 of 5, not great, but he had 5 boards, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 15 points. That man's going to get some double-doubles this year. I believe Zvonimir is going to get some double-doubles. And I think Aduthero probably will as well. He had 6 boards. Yeah, that's why he's getting he was a stat hog tonight. Aduthero was a stat hog tonight. 6 boards, 2 assists, 4 steals, just 1 turnover, 3 fouls, 23 points. Post-game, gold chain, receiver of the evening. Congratulations to Aduthero. John L. Davis, we have to have a talk. This is the thing. And Nelly, God love him. All right. I know he had his wrist wrapped up, was unable to get time during the offseason to really to get an opportunity to mold and to develop with these guys, to create chemistry. I get that. I really do. But the guy had 32 minutes tonight. Turned the ball over 3 times. He did have 6 boards. I like that. Looks like his three-point game maybe turning it around, 2 of 3, according to the stat broadcast. Just 8 points. Just 8 points off 32 minutes. Like, listen, man, if he's getting 20-plus minutes, I'm okay with 8 points if he got 18 minutes. I'm damn sure fine with it if he had 8 points and 6 boards and an assist, and 3 turnovers would be a bit high for that amount of time played. But 32 minutes, man, I don't know. I just feel like as hyped up as he was, as good as he was at his last gig, I was hoping by now we'd start to see him kind of, get comfortable, find his place. And again, he just feels like square peg, round hole. Again, this was his best night in a Razorback uniform in a game that counted off the top of my head. 11 bench points for Arkansas, 40 points in the paint, 22 points off turnovers. Those are great numbers. Just 2 second chance points tonight. That had a lot to do with both teams just trying to shoot threes. Again, the 3 offensive boards, that number's got to you need to triple that number. Against an opponent like this, I know the injuries, I get that. But against this kind of opponent, and we've seen this before this year, and we've seen it through the amount of games, whether it's exhibition or not, they're not getting the boards I thought they'd be getting at this point. I figured they'd be out rebounding just about everybody. And I know they've played some teams that have some size, but I don't know. Arkansas also, by the way, 20 fast break points. 20. Again, I'm pretty sure that's a season high. 8 of 11 on layups and 7 for 7 on dunks. These are good numbers. These are really good numbers. Your opponent had 0 bench points. They did have 20 points in the bench. Again, a lot of those just because you're down guys. 9 points off turnovers. 6 second chance points. And they had 8 offensive boards, more than double, almost triple your number. I mean, that's just not, I don't like that. They had 10 fast break points. They were 6 of 16. Why? A lot of that's because of Big Z altering shots. Damn. Big Z will probably end up a great bench piece in the NBA, whatever. I mean, the point is what he does here. That's what we're concerned about, Peanut Butter Posse, known Kentucky fan. We're worried about what he does here. Yeah, you know, okay, listen, Kentucky follows all their competition. You know how long I've been doing this, Posse? Can I call you Posse? I don't care. I'm going to call you that anyways. You know how long I've been doing this? A long time. I have never seen Kentucky fans this obsessed with Arkansas. Never. So don't sit here and act like you guys aren't, like Cal, you guys are still pissed off about Cal. You're pissed off that he went to Arkansas. It didn't end the way you wanted it to end. That's the problem. Peanut Butter Posse, at times you can be respectful and you have decent takes. And then there's shit like that. Like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and play dumb. Dude, come on. You know what Kentucky fans are doing. Just stop. You're being silly. You know and we know what you guys are doing. You're obsessed. You're pissed. Well, you're not pissed anymore because you think you found the second coming of Jesus Christ as your head coach. I'm curious to see how that plays out. I've been on board. I like that hire for Kentucky. I really do. And I think he's going to do well. I really do. I don't know how they're going to do this year. I think long term he's going to do pretty well. I don't know if he's going to do what Cal did, but good coach. See, we could be respectful, but then when Kentucky fans are always in these live chats, you're in other Razorback podcasts and live shows, you're in their comments like never before. You're in their Twitter, so don't play dumb. Come on, dude. You and I both know, everyone in here knows what you're doing. And listen, Hog fans are then doing it in response. Now they're going, because you guys are doing it to Hog fans, so they're doing it back. And that's great. Honestly, a part of me loves it. I really do. But don't play dumb. Come on. No, Peanut Butter, you were in here before Cal. The algorithm brought me to you, Ty. No, that's false. You and I both know that's false. You were in here before. Cal was with them for 15 years. Yeah, I don't think Pope. I don't think that happens. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't care about BBN. I've never been in any of those live chats. Don't care. Kentucky or Arkansas fans are going to call you Kentucky, and then you get even more triggered, and, Boz Hog 420 says we don't troll because we know how to move on. Well, I mean, I don't know. I've not been in any. I haven't even thought to look up Musselman stuff. Have we brought it up in Discord? Yeah, he's our former coach. But as far as I know, nobody from our Discord is going into their live shows or whatever they have going on. I wouldn't even know where to go, to be honest with you. I think for the most part, we have moved on too. I don't see fans. Are there going to be one or two Hog fans in their Twitter? Probably. But with Kentucky and Arkansas, it's like nonstop. And a part of me loves that, though. A part of me does love that. There is, whether some Kentucky fans will admit it or not, there's already kind of a rivalry there. Now it feels, oh, man, I'm telling you, when Arkansas plays, God, I wish that game was in Bud Walton Arena. Mello says Pope not a better coach than Cal. I'm not. If you're talking to me, I never said that. I didn't imply that. We smoke in Kentucky. That's all I got to say. Says Mello 501. I'm not saying that. Listen. I've liked what I've seen out of Kentucky this year. I mean, I liked what I've seen out of them. All right. Let's take a look at this poll. Has Arkansas turned it around with 3-point shooting? 49% of you say you need to see more, and I agree. I thought about not leaving that in there. Just I wanted to see where you guys were at on the yes, no. But 34% of you say yes. 18% of you say no. Quite a few votes there. Feel free to go in. don't give a damn about the Muspa. I don't either. He's gone. It's like former Rams. When Rams players move on. Now, don't get me wrong. I didn't want to see Aaron Donald in another jersey. I didn't want to see that. That probably would have. I didn't want to see Aaron Donald. And it drove me crazy when Kurt Warner ended up with Arizona. But to be fair, the Rams had moved on to Mark Bulger. Look how that worked out. It does make it fun. And peanut butter knowing, yeah, it makes it fun. But I think Kentucky fans like to go just all in, say some crazy shit in chat, and it's like, whoa, hold on. I don't mind a little good, Auburn right now up on North Alabama, 102-67. Golly. Tell you think if I change my name, Nelly will play better? Try that. Try it. Try that. Hero Blake going to the gym. All right, man. Take it easy. That's going to do it for me as well. Got to get up early in the morning, take the kids to school, get ready for the rest of the week. So we do have a game on Friday night. I do plan on doing a live show. We got to talk Arkansas football. We got to get some stuff straightened out for this Louisiana Tech game. I realize, the football algorithm is down. Hell, basketball right now is not doing great. But just in terms of, what people are watching. But we got to discuss this Louisiana Tech game. It is potentially big. Well, I mean, yeah, it's huge. Imagine if, I don't know, you're not going to have a Ty Story moment, but imagine if Arkansas finds a way to lose to Louisiana Tech. All of a sudden, that the narrative of Pittman coming back is gone. That's how big this one game, I think, is. I mean, it feels obvious to say. And it feels very unfortunate that we're in this situation. But it is the truth. So we are – hey, appreciate you, Unbiased Brim. Thanks a lot, man. We got to talk about this game and the rest of the season. I know, Brim, but I got a job to do. Razorback football still plays. I'm going to talk about him. I don't care if I had 5 people in chat. By God, I'm going to talk about him, Let's go ahead and end this poll. So this week we will talk a little Louisiana Tech. We will talk a little the future of Sam Pittman, what they need to do in the offseason. God, what don't they need to do in the offseason? What's going on with the quarterback situation? What needs to happen there? Shout out to one final shout out. Mr. 8 of 10 from the floor, 1 of 2 outside, 6 of 7 at the free throw line, 6 boards, 2 assists, 4 steals, 23 points with just 1 turnover. That guy right there, Adu Thero, baby. Congrats on the post-game gold chain MVP. So, yeah, I will see you guys later on in the week. Have a good whenever I see you next. Hell, it might be tomorrow. I don't know. It might be Wednesday. But remember, we'll do another post game for Friday. This is a big one. Little Rock's pretty big, actually. I think this is a fascinating matchup, regardless of records and all that other stuff. Okay. All right. That's it. Peace. I'll see you on the next one.